Ah, Easter Island, home to the mysterious Moais statues. The only thing more mysterious than the statues themselves is why they were built in the first place. Some say that the statues were built to represent the gods. Others say that they were built in an attempt to win a giant game of rock, paper, scissors. But the most popular explanation is that they were built by a group of mischievous bunnies who were bored of having nothing to do and wanted to create something funny to surprise everyone. Now, that's something that's both funny and mysterious. But today, let's try to discover what the heck happened on this island. The island of Rapa Nui, also known as Easter Island, is renowned for its elaborate ritual architecture, particularly its curious statues, Moais, and the massive platforms that support them, Ao. Legend has it that the construction of these monuments came to a sudden halt around 1600 due to a wild party that got out of hand. In the middle of the Pacific Ocean, thousands of islands from the Polynesian region. One of these islands is Rapa Nui, that is now famously known for its thousands of moais that will be there to greet you as you arrive. Just don't forget your sunglasses. Legend has it that the first European to ever set foot on Easter Island was the Dutch navigator Jacob Roggewijn on April 5, 1722. Jacob was searching for an island to celebrate Easter with, and suddenly he stumbled upon the paradise that is Easter Island. In honor of the holiday, he named it Perzos, which translates to Easter in English. It is believed that the first voyagers to inhabit Easter Island were a group of intrepid Polynesian adventurers who sailed to the island sometimes between the 6th and 8th centuries after Jesus Christ. After they managed to safely make the journey, they decided to stay and form tribes, cultivated the land, built houses and supermarkets. Of course, the construction of the enigmatic Moais soon followed. These brave explorers were the first to be known as the Rapa Nui ethnic group, a name that still exists today. The Rapa Nui people believed that when important, wise or brave members of their community passed away, they would gain supernatural powers in the afterlife, not like Superman, but you got the point. To honor their legacy, they would erect moais or statues of the deceased in order to ensure they would continue to protect the people of their community. The mysterious moais, therefore, are statues of the ancestors who, acting as guardians of the island, gaze into the horizon and extend their protective power over the inhabitants of their own community. Not even close. The earliest moais were much smaller than the ones we know today, with a round head and a plump body. Plus, there is only one moai of this first line that is not standing, but kneeling. As time went by, they acquired a more stylized appearance, with straightened shapes, big ears, and long big noses. In order to make each moai unique, they also added different warnings and inscriptions to personalize the features. Plus, some of them were meant to represent women. If you look at any photo of a moai, you also notice a cylinder-shaped stone perched atop its head. This is called a pukao and is believed to be a bow tie or maybe a hat, worn by the Rapa Nui. This is a mystery that has perplexed researchers for many years. To put it into perspective, the average size of a moai is 4 to 5 meters tall, but some of them can reach up to 10 meters or more. With such a massive weight, it's no wonder they had to figure out a way to move them. Most of the moais were built with a stone extracted from the crater of one of the 3 extinct volcanoes of the island, called Rana Raraku. The workers didn't bother transporting the stone blocks elsewhere to sculpt them, they simply crafted them right there, on the slope of the volcano. The process was incredibly complex and took months to complete. First, they would choose a huge stone block and begin to carve it from the front, that is, from the face. When it was sculpted, they would remove the stone from the back until the statue was detached from the rock. Once this was finished, they would push the Moai down the mountain. Yeah, you're shocked, right? No kidding, they started to slightly bring him down, and one of them said, "Hey guys, apéro, let's push him and let's see what happened." And voila, how after they're trying to sell us their prestigious godly statues anyway. Let's go back to the story. And then, it would end up in a hole they had previously dug in the place. This allowed them to set it up right. Then they would finish carving the back and the Moais was ready to be moved to its final destination. At the foot of the volcano, there were 4 roads, and they chose one to take the Moais to its destination. No one knows how they managed to transport these enormous stone masses without dying in the attempt. Some scholars think they used a technique that involved dragging the statues upside down, while others believe they laid the head on the statues, with rope and several groups of men put from the side. It's possible they used both techniques, or even more. Maybe they even built a roller coaster to take the Moai to its destination. When they reached the chosen destination, they placed the Moai on a kind of a base or platform that they made on the ground, called an au. It is not known for sure how they managed to leave the Moai to place it on the au. Most likely, they created a kind of ramp by putting stones under it, or perhaps they used a giant catapult. The possibilities are endless. For the natives, the Moais didn't have any magical powers until they handed eyes made of white coral and volcanic rocks in red and black tones. Once the eyes were in place, the Moai was considered finished and was believed to have the magical power of protection. Sadly, only one Moai that is in the Anthropological Museum of Angaroa has its original eyes intact, while others has to be restored. It is believed that the building of Moais began sometime in the 8th century after Christ and continued for hundreds of years. Around the 15th century, however, conflicts between the tribes escalated due to the scarcity of food and trees. The result was devastating, with many Moais destroyed. It is also thought that eventually, the population stopped believing in the power of the Moais and decided to demolish them. Even Moais stopped believing in their own power. Of the almost 900 Moais that were found on the island, only those that have been restored and put back in place still stand today. One of the most hilarious things about Easter Island is the series of gigantic stone heads stuck in the ground. For years, it was unknown why some Moais were full-bodied and others weren't. That is until an excavation revealed 2 Moais which were actually full bodies buried in the ground, decorated with reliefs and inscriptions on their backs. To this day, there are still many unanswered questions about the Rapa Nui culture, but as researchers uncover more data, we get a better idea of what life was like in the hidden and mysterious Easter Island. Did you know the mysteries of Easter Island? Do you know any other story? If you are interested in uncovering the secrets of Easter Island, or if you want to cover particular topics, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to explore them in a new video. Plus, if you follow my channel in the next video, I'll get the scoop on the real reason why the Moais were full-bodied and other questions that have been puzzling us for centuries.